Hello everyone and welcome back. In today's video, we will learn more about pseudo classes in CSS. These are the pseudo classes which work on all the HTML elements. Let's try some of these to understand them better. Say we have these paragraphs and we want to add some styles to the first and last paragraph of article. For this purpose, we can use the first of type and last of type pseudo class. So let's try it. So first let's try selecting the first paragraph of each article. So for that, let's first bring up our code editor here. So what we want to do is we want to select the first paragraph inside the article. So first we need to select article. Then we can use the child selector, so greater than sign, and let's select the paragraph. Let's give these a background color, say light coral. Let's save it. And as you can see, all these paragraphs which are direct child of article are highlighted. So all these paragraphs are direct child other than the second one for the second article. Alright, so coming back here. Now what we want is we want to select only the first one. So let's use this pseudo class. So first of type. Let's save it. And as you can see, the first paragraph for the first article is highlighted. Similarly, the first paragraph of second article is highlighted. So this first of type pseudo class, it selects the first occurrence of an element inside its parent element. All right. Similarly, let's try selecting the last one. So selecting the last paragraph of each article. Let's comment this. Let's copy this and comment it. Let's paste it here. So instead of first of type, now we can use last of type. Let's save it. And as you can see, the last paragraph is highlighted for the first article and the last paragraph is highlighted for the second article. Now let's say we want to add some styles to the second and second last paragraph. So we can do that using the nth of type and nth last of type pseudo class. So let's try that. Let's comment this. Coming back here, so selecting the second paragraph of each article. Now instead of this first of type, we would use nth of type. So we want to select the second element, so we can simply write 2 here. Let's save it. And as you can see, the second paragraph is highlighted for the first article, and the second direct paragraph or the second direct child paragraph is highlighted for the second article. Similarly, if we wanted to select the third one, we could simply do like this. And as you can see, the third one is highlighted. And over here also, the third direct child is highlighted. Now say we wanted to select the last one. So instead of nth of type, we would do nth last of type. So say we wanted to select the second last. Let's save it. And as you can see, the second last paragraph is highlighted. Similarly, for the second article, the second last paragraph is highlighted. And that's how you select the items which aren't first and last. So you could simply use this nth of type and nth last of type. Now let's say we want to select all the paragraphs which are the first child inside the article. So let's copy this, comment it. Now what we're trying to do here is select all the paragraphs which are the first child inside the article. Let's paste it here. So let's remove this also. So for this, we can use another pseudo class called first child. So let's use it here. So first child, let's save it. And as you can see, nothing is highlighted in the first article, but in the second article, this first paragraph is highlighted. And why is that? Because what we're doing is we're highlighting only those paragraphs which are the first child. So in the case of article 1, the first child is this H3. Similarly, let's try selecting the last child, which is a paragraph. So let's just copy this. Let's comment this. So what we're doing is select all the paragraphs which are the last child. So actually it would be 1. So instead of all, let's just say select the. So select the paragraph which is the last child inside the article. So instead of first, we could simply do last child. And as you can see here, the last child is a paragraph and that's why it's selected. Similarly over here, the last child is a paragraph and that's why it is selected. Similarly, let's say we wanted to select all the paragraphs which are the second child. So for that, we can use another property. Let's just comment this. So select the paragraph which is the second child inside article. So instead of last child, we could simply do nth child and we can give the value 2. Let's save it. And as you can see, this paragraph is the second child inside the article. But over here, there is no second child, which is a paragraph. Because this paragraph, it is wrapped inside a div. So as you can see here, so for the second article, the second paragraph is wrapped inside a div. All right. So similarly, if we wanted to select second last child, we could simply do something like this. So select the paragraphs, which is the, let's say, second last. So second last child inside the article. So instead of nth child, we could do nth last child. Let's save it. And as you can see, the second last child for the first article is a paragraph, so it's highlighted. Similarly, over here, the second last child is a paragraph, and that's why it is highlighted. That's all for today, guys. If there's something that you did not understand, feel free to drop a comment and we will discuss it. See you in the next video. Bye and take care.